Alright, today we are going to talk about floor cleaner systems, just a quick run through of kind of from start to finish where the water's going in and where it cycles back and returns to the pool. Okay, so we're going to start first with the equipment side of things. You'll see right here is our floor cleaner pump. Okay, and it's typically they'll be split up by two suction lines. Okay, so this is our skimmer suction, and then this is our main drain suction. Okay, so I'll show you where the main drain is. I'll also show you which skimmer it's connected to. Okay, so this is the pump. It's pulling in the water from our suction points, and then I'm going to show you where the water that's coming out of the exhaust of the pump, where that's going, what it cycles through, and then what it ultimately ends up going to as it returns to the pool. So we're going to walk around, and typically your floor cleaner domes are going to be hidden by bushes or landscaping, or they're not going to be just out in the open. Some of them are, but in this case these are hiding behind the bushes. So I believe it's right over here. So if you'll see, you can see the two domes that are right behind here. Okay, so the water is coming out of that pump, the exhaust of the pump, and then it's pulling into these domes. These domes has a gear that's turning inside of it, that's slowly turning as the water runs through it, and it isolates each different zone of the floor jets. Okay, so I'll show you the floor jets in a second. The waters might be circulating a little bit, so we're gonna have some turbulence. But you can see down here we have a floor jet. Okay, and then on the bottom of the pool there's also a floor jet. This may be difficult to see, but they're little gray jets. I'm going to walk over to the step so that you can see. We'll have there are floor jets right here. Okay, there's also that's a static jet. That's actually on the filter pump. So rather than the floor cleaner pump, it's on the filter pump. Okay, and then these are just now cycling on, so you can see the floor jets on the top of the steps. Okay, so the dome has water that's cycling through on the return side. It's going through the pump, then through the dome, and then as the gears turn and the lines are isolated one by one, the floor jets will pop up and propel the debris towards that MDX drain. Okay, so that MDX drain is connected to the filter pump, then that water gets filtered out. Okay, so I'm going to show you the two suction points where the source of the water that's going into the pump is. Okay, so typically you'll have one suction line in the skimmer, and then you will have one suction line that's on like a wall drain. Okay, so that for this pool is right here. Okay, so you can see the drain just about 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet below the surface of the water. That's one of our suction points. Okay, so that's our drain suction, our wall drain. And then the other is going to be in our skimmer. So you'll see there are two holes in the skimmer. The back one is connected to the filter pump, and then this front one is connected to the floor cleaner pump. Okay, so that's our secondary suction line. So we actually have two suction points on this one skimmer. The importance for that is so you know if you are adding chemicals or DE, primarily DE because the chemicals will end up dissolving. But if you're adding DE, you have to add it in the opposite skimmer, the one that does not have a suction line connected to the floor cleaner pump. The reason is that this floor cleaner pump, if you add DE to that line, the floor cleaner pump bypasses the filter pump. It's isolated from the filter pump. So your DE, or at least half of the DE, will go into that floor cleaner pump, and it will go straight back into the pool. It'll go through your floor cleaner dome, and then it'll come through the floor jets on the bottom of the pool. There's a problem because obviously we want the DE in the filter. We don't want it in the pool. It'll cloud the water up, and then we'll have to let the DE settle out, and we'd have to vacuum it to get it back into the filter pump. Okay, so that's an important thing to know if you have a suction line, if one of your suction lines for your floor cleaner pump is tied to a skimmer, you don't want to add any chemicals and you don't want to add any DE to that line. Okay, so that's a real quick run through on floor cleaner systems. Typically they are set on different pumps that are isolated from the filter pump. Talked about figuring out where the domes are, and then where that water comes out, and then the importance to know where your suction lines are versus your suction lines that are just tied to the filter pump. Okay, so that's a real quick run through on floor cleaner pumps. I'm going to try to show you several different examples so that you can see what's involved with dealing with floor systems. They're amazing. They will help keep your pool really clean, and they're a good, a better alternative to a pool sweep because they can hold more debris. Okay, and that's bright. Okay, so we'll have some more editions of floor cleaner pumps, but I wanted to walk you through that, and now you know.